Alright, guys, welcome to Fireside Friday, episode 6. Hard to believe we've done 6 episodes already of Fireside Friday, and it is the first one of 2018. So, let's, as I've fashioned a saying today, let's get this fire lit. Okay. So, as always, I'm PJ, coming to you live from my house. I'm actually in the big chair tonight because I am by myself. And as per usual occurrence, let me hop on to one platform tonight. I already posted on Facebook that we were going live because I have a really big announcement tonight. So let's go Instagram. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't. So slide that over there. And then slide that over here and slide those like that. There we go. And go. Alright, hey Instagram, it's PJ. And it's Friday night, so you guys know what that means. I'm live on my YouTube channel, PJ Crouch YouTube. So if anybody wants to come hang out around the fire, as it were, hop on over there and let me know you are there so I can include you in conversation. So hope to see you guys there. I will talk to you later. Okay, so as always, here's how Fireside Friday will work. On one side of the screen, you have the chat box. I just typed in hi into the chat box and I'm going to turn my volume down, but get onto, no, wrong window, YouTube and make sure it is working. My channel. Uh, there we go. Okay, let me make sure that this is up and running over here. Yep, maybe, possibly. Yeah, okay. Yep. Okay, so I know I'm up there, so I'm working, and I know everything on this end is working because I have one view from myself. So everything is up and running correctly. I'm a little late tonight because I was running into some technical problems. There we go. So, back to what I was saying as far as that goes for anybody who wants to jump in. Um, all you gotta do is if you have a Gmail, if you have a Google account, YouTube is run by Google, so sign in to your Google account to leave comments in the chat box. And then what you can also do is if you have me on Facebook, you can message me on Facebook Messenger. Um, so I see it. And then tonight, this leads me to the big announcement. And I forgot to put the link in the description, so that's bad on me. But I will announce that as of last night, about 11-ish, this YouTube channel now has a Facebook page that you can go and like. It's PJ Crouch YouTube, so the exact same thing as on YouTube. Go like the page, and then you can message me through there, even if you don't have me on Messenger, because in fact you will, because I'm moderating the page. And let me see if I can get um it to um okay. So this wait uh, movie magic. This oh, um oh, that's a little bright. Let's take the brightness down a little bit. Okay. Whoa. There. Multiple devices not wanting to cooperate. Tonight. Focus. 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 So this is what the YouTube page, the front of the YouTube page looks like. And then I recently, or this morning, because I realized I forgot to, last night I added the send message button. So all you have to do is click that and it will be up, and all you have to do is like the page and then click send message, and you can send me your um, question or comment. And then you can I will post things that are related to the YouTube page in our YouTube channel in that page, such as I may share my YouTube videos um, and post them there, so they're more easily accessed. And then you can always ask me questions from there. You can post and ask questions, suggest video content for future videos, and stuff like that. So, that's the big announcement. PJ Crouch YouTube, the YouTube channel now has PJ Crouch YouTube, the Facebook page. So, and from now on, I will link the page down in the description of my live streams. And hopefully, I remember to do it in my other videos. So, we will see how that goes. Oh, I can put links here. Let me see if I can enter that link for you guys. Do, do, do. Uh, uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Maybe. Okay. So I will I can't do that from my phone. Um so I will share that in the description of one of my videos. So I may do a video tomorrow. So I'll add that in there. But I am actually going to go back to YouTube and share this to Facebook, maybe. And then I'll get into some other stuff. Mm, So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm up to one viewer and it's me. So, hi, me. Here's the link to my live stream. And, that is right now. Okay, so link is posted. Yep, let's go back over to Facebook. So I'll drop back down to 0 viewers here, maybe. Yep, there we go. So it's posted. Okay, it's up. So now let me get into, I guess, talking points Friday night. It's my last week of winter break. My semester uh, for college starts Tuesday. In fact, I'm looking at a humongous box, or not humongous, but it's not small either. Um, it's a box from Amazon. Um, so what the content of that box is a college student's worst or best friend, depending on how you look at it. It's my books. My mom walks in today and goes, why do we have an Amazon box? And because I didn't order anything, and I'm sitting right here where I am now, and I'm like, Mom, I ordered books, remember? She's like, oh yeah. And that box still isn't all of my books. It's some of them. It's the books for the classes that start Tuesday. So, I'm not sure if I really explained this before. And if I have, sorry. Um, and even if I did, I'd probably rush through it. Um, my semester run works a little weird, and if anybody's done distance learning before, they probably know what I'm about to say. Because most distance learning programs, I'm finding out, work this way. You're in a class for 8 weeks, and then you get a week off, and your um a new class starts. So I generally take 4 classes a semester, two every 8 weeks. So my first 8 weeks will run Tuesday to probably the first week of March, and then my second 8 week class will run from the week after the first set ends uh, to the second week of May. I usually get out of school for the summer a week after my birthday. That's how I time it out. Um, because my birthday is the first week of May, and I normally get out the second week, so it works out really well most of the time, because usually all the big projects are done the week before we get out. So we're either doing class reflections or either like a half a page paper on something we learned that week, because usually we have all the big stuff done. Um, usually. So that I've had where all the high schools and stuff have had uh 2 weeks off. I've almost had a month. So in all honesty, I'm ready to get back to it because I was talking to my grandfather today and he asked, and I'm like, honestly, I'm ready to get back to it um, because I'm tired of twiddling my thumbs. I've worked on a couple side projects. Um, Over the break, I started the PowerPoint presentation that I mentioned last week when I did the last Fireside of 2017. Um, and then I worked on a more personal project, which I'm not really gonna talk about what it was, um, but let's just say it took me a while. And then I also accomplished launching the Facebook page last night, which was a project I decided to do probably in the last week and a half. Uh, I've been toying with it for a while, but I decided if I want to help this channel grow, which I do, because we're up to about 20 subscribers now. So, but I want, if God wants it to continue to grow, I want to do what I can to help that growth. So if that means me creating a Facebook page, that's what I'll do. Because a lot of Facebook pages, that's not a thing. Facebook content creators have Facebook pages um, strictly for their YouTube channels so that their personal Facebook pages don't get bogged down and with Facebook questions. Um, and that way they can keep their what they choose to put on YouTube and what would be considered from their YouTube channel their private life. Uh, Even if their YouTube channel is showing you a snippet of our lives, we're not showing you all of our lives. So, just like that personal project, I may go into some things, but I'm not gonna go into the nitty gritty details. Um, of course, some of my friends who watch my channel will know a little bit about that personal project because they watched my Facebook page this week, and there was one night where I got really frustrated about something, and they rallied around me and just prayed for me and encourage me to keep doing what I'm doing. So, yeah, but that's the another good thing about YouTube and Facebook is when you're struggling, you can share those things with your community because it's I don't want to say it's exactly like some other things I experienced because it's not. But it's sort of like that, and or what I'm about to talk about because it fits. Um, Growing up as a military brat, and well, just because my dad's gone and out of the military doesn't mean my being a military brat stops. because him being a veteran doesn't stop. So I will always be a military brat, but when um, my dad was around and we were immersed in that culture every day, um, I found out as I grew older that your friends that you create bonds with um, throughout your different duty stations and different places you live really become an extension of your family. Now, some will you'll become closer to some than others. Like my best friend and I, um, that I met in Mississippi. So I've known TJ for almost longer than that because we were in almost 10 years. Uh, because we were in Meridian 6 and we've been here well, yeah, almost 4. So, TJ and I call each other brother, but we're not blood related, but he, him and his family stood beside my family when we needed it the most. And even before that, him and I were creating a bond that was like a brotherhood bond. So he's my brother. His girlfriend is my sister. His sister is my sister, and his parents are like another set of parents. They will chew me out when I need to be chewed out, but like my situation this week, almost everybody in that family, down to his grandmother, um, encouraged me and messaged me. So that bond of that extension of my family is a good thing. Um, and just like I've said in my reflection videos for my internship this summer, if you haven't seen those, go check them out on the channel. They are posted. Uh, the Charlotte video is one of my most, if not the most, viewed video on my channel. But the bonds I made in Charlotte and the bonds I made in Knoxville, yeah, as I state in the Charlotte video, some of those bonds are a little rickety, but I made bonds that I will always have and met people and spent time with people that I will never forget. Knoxville, the bonds are a little bit shorter because I was there for or working with those people for a shorter amount of time. But since I'm closer, and plan to continue working with the Knoxville office, those bonds will continue to strengthen, as will my bonds with the Charlotte office because they're so close to each other. A lot of the, or not a lot of the volunteers, but the office staff itself crosses a lot. I don't know why I'm talking with my hands tonight. I guess it's just because I'm a visual guy, um, and it helps me get my point across. But yeah, going into the new year, one of uh, the one of the things I wanted to continue to work on was my relationships that I built this summer. Um, Not because I'm expecting anything, or not because I want them to take me somewhere, but in ministry, the more people you know, the more people you can affect, and the more people you can, uh, the more people you can spread the gospel to. So if I do like YouTube, I don't know who watches these videos at all. I know a couple family members and friends watch them, but besides that, they're out there in the internet for everybody to see. Anybody who wants to learn about disability. A couple of my videos are tagged with disability stuff. I probably should start doing that more, uh, because honestly, I didn't know how tags worked for a while, but now that I know, uh, I have started tagging my videos. So anybody who searches for disability videos, these videos, my videos may pop up and change someone's life, or give them new hope, which is why I started this channel. Because what I learn and continue to learn, because I'm not there yet, the one thing God has taught me, especially this summer, is that we are never going to stop learning until the day we die. Just like this summer, some of those people I made really good relationships with, who've been doing this a whole lot longer than I have, told me um, throughout my experience that I was continuing to teach them things, that I was giving them new perspective. So if you're one of those people, uh, thank you for telling me that. Thank you for showing me that what I say and what I do uh, can sometimes make a difference. Even if it doesn't seem to me like it's making a difference. I now know that even if I can't see it, it might be making a difference in somebody else's life. Um, and another, I guess, what I'm doing in this live stream is, I know I kind of recapped last year in last Fridays, but after having a week to think about things and do talk about some things with people, um, I guess the book isn't, I mean, it's physically closed on 2017, but the lessons we learned in 2017 will never go away. They will always stay with us, or they always should anyway. Um, so, one thing I learned uh, last year and want to continue to work and build on is the fact that is the fact that I sometimes get down on myself, that what I do doesn't make a difference, uh, or what I do isn't important, because I've had people tell me that. Um, I've had family members tell me that uh, in the past in different words and phrases, but it all meant the same thing. In their mind, when they said it, it seemed to them like the stuff I do doesn't matter. Now, a couple of those family members have come back to me and said, some of them shortly thereafter, they said the things that they said, they've come back to me and said, hey, I'm sorry that I said those things, because what you do does make a difference. What you do is important. And I think this summer showed some more family members that what I do um, is important. Like my dad's mom, when I volunteer uh, for two separate things, like I've said in the past, um, and I do school, and I haven't really tried to live a uh, social life in the past, but that's another thing for 2018. I want to continue to try and get myself out there and just be a normal 22-year-old. So, but my grandmother thinks, how are you doing all these things and doing school? And I just told her the other day, well, if I was on a normal campus, I'd probably be working two jobs, taking double my class load, probably compared to my class load here, because I'm taking the minimum requirement to stay full time, which is 12 hours. And like I said, that gets split over 2 8-week quarters in a 16-week semester. So usually I take 6 hours every 8 weeks, and that's it. I tried taking more in one quarter, and it didn't really work out in my favor. I still passed, but it really didn't work out, because I realized, hey, I'm stretching myself too thin. But she asked me, and I said, well, I'd probably be taking quadruple what I'm taking as far as hour wise, working two jobs, and knowing me, if I was able bodied, I'd be playing a sport. Or if I was at Alabama or Illinois or one of those schools that has a wheelchair athletics program, like a lot of schools are doing now, I'd probably be playing a sport, just because that's me. Um, and to be honest, in the last few years since I haven't played a sport, I've been a lot different, because playing a sport and shooting and hunting were um my two outlets. There we go. My mind went blank for a second. Those were the two things I did to get away and kind of forget for a little bit that I have a disability. Not that I would ever want to fully forget, but those were momentary instances where I could. Like I've said 1,000 times, or maybe not 1,000. When I played hockey, when we were living in Chicago, the only time that the team I played with, and I played with adults, I didn't play in actual. I take that back. I played in one game Um, we had, I'll get to that story in a second, but the one, the one time we could get ice time was at 11 o'clock on a Saturday night, because on Saturday nights and Tuesday nights. So, but 99% of the time I went on Saturdays. Um, because high school hockey up north is like high school football down south. It is the be all end all. Um, so the only time we've had the ice completely to ourselves was 11:30 to like 12:30 every or maybe it was 10, but it was some what some people consider an ungodly hour to be doing physical activity other than sleeping. So I'd go. And since it was on a Saturday night, I had another element to think about, because the stipulation with my parents was little 7, 8-year-old me could go practice, but I had to get up for church the next morning. So I'd go and practice for like an hour, and then go home, hour, 2 hours, depending on how long it'd been, because during tournament season, the team wasn't always um, at home, so they were off playing in tournaments and stuff. And anytime we won a tournament, they would bring me back a medal, because even though I wasn't eligible to play because of my age, I was still on the roster. But I would go to practice on Saturday nights, practice, and then get up at like 7:30 Sunday morning, take a shower, and be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for church the next morning. And everybody at church knew that Saturday night I had played hockey. Saturday, so there were times when I'd come in and I could barely move my arms because I had skated so hard the like 4 or 5 hours before. Um, but whether I whether I was on the ice or on the basketball court later or on the track even uh, years after that, those were, and once I started hunting became that this too. Those places and those activities were my chance to unplug and just focus on something I wanted to do. Uh, they may be noisy because in sports, you're always yelling and screaming at your team, you're communicating, but there's that split second when you first get on the court or get on the ice when everything's still. And when definitely in track and field, when you're in that starter block waiting on the gun to go off, you can hear a pin drop because nobody's moving. Very little breathing is going on uh, for no other reason than just the fact that your body's tense because it knows what's coming. But in that split second, nothing else is going on. And anybody who's played sports or done anything like that knows what I'm talking about. That's what I miss. So when I move, when I get out of college or whenever God tells me to get up and move, I'm moving to a place that are hopefully he will lead me to a place that has a sports team that I can be a part of, because that is my outlet. Um, I help my mom and sister with theater in any way I can, whenever I can, because that's not always feasible either. Um, but that's not truly mine. That's theirs. That's just something I do to spend time with them. Because when shows are going on, they're in their own little world, because they're going to rehearsal or getting ready for the show or going to perform or whatever. So if I can at least help in a little part of that, that's what I do. So, man, I completely got off topic. And I have a viewer, and it's not me. So, who's, where? Yeah, there. Who's watching? Um, what does that say? Okay. Um, to whoever's watching, hello. I'll run through this stuff again, like always. If you, hang on there, maybe. Okay, so it doesn't. It does look like somebody's watching. So if that somebody wants to get in the conversation, if you have a Google account, there should be a sign up button, or not sign up, but sign in button in one of the top corners. I believe it's this one of the YouTube page that hopefully you're watching this from. Um, Here, let's let's check over here. And if you're not watching it, or if you are, but you don't have um the capability to sign in, so you can get on the into the chat box where it says hi. Um, there are a couple other ways you can get involved. Um, if you've got me on Messenger on Facebook, message me questions, comments, uh, off the wall stuff. You can message me those on Facebook Messenger, or we have something new. Uh, this YouTube channel now has a Facebook page. Yeah, I said Facebook page. So all you have to do is search PJ Crouch YouTube on Facebook, and when you do that, here, let me get back to where I can show you this. Focus, focus. Uh huh. There we go. Is what should pop up, and just hit like, and then you see the send message button, and click that and send me a message that way. Or if you want to stay uh, just watching it, that's fine too. Um, and comment later after you've had time to think about whatever it is that struck your fancy uh, in what I said. So, but if you want me to take the conversation in a certain direction, message me and let me know. Because the thing about Fireside Fridays is it is a time where you guys can ask me questions um, about past videos, give me suggestions for future videos, um, ask me questions about life in general, and maybe then that will spark an idea for a video in my own head. Uh, so if you want to get in on the conversation, go ahead and take one of those avenues to say hi, even if it's just to say hi. So, um, we have, let's see, what, let's see what turning the TV off does to the lighting situation. Oh, geez, we need to turn that TV back on because, uh, there we go. That is actually creating some light. I have another lamp over here beside me, but for some odd reason it doesn't want to work for me. There's one on that side, so when I'm leaning this way, you guys can see. Oh, sorry, match is on, and I forgot when you turn it off, the mute turns off, and you start back from square one. So, here, let's. Oh, there we go. Tilt it up toward the light a little bit. That is better. I tilted the screen down earlier to do something. Um, so what else can we talk about? Well, ah, we can talk about how cold it is. So I have a friend that was watching a Facebook live stream I was doing uh the other yesterday. Me and my sister were goofing off, and I decided to stream that goofing off on Facebook. And one of my friends, one of the relationships that I forged this summer was one of our camp pastors for Charlotte Family Retreat. And he and his family, um, he pastors a church up in Maine. Um, that the 2 weeks that Charlotte does family retreat are his uh that's his yearly vacation from his church is to go serve in some capacity during family retreat. Usually 1 week he's camp pastor, and the next he usually helps with the youth group. Ah, I have a message. Who do I have a message from? Eh, sorry, I have it up. Ah, speaking of which, that's Ty. Ah, hey Ty, you're watching my video. Yeah, some people have told me that. But right now it says you're not watching, so are you still watching? What am I saying if you're watching? Ty's a guy I went to high school with. Even though I was homeschooled, I went to an enrichment program my junior year because mom really didn't want to teach anatomy and physiology to the kid with CP. So um, she uh, she was actually teaching about halfway through the year. She got asked to come fill the spot for a teacher who unexpectedly had to step away, and me and my sister went there. So Ty is one of my classmates and one of those brotherly bonds that I formed while we were in Mississippi, and now he is in Charleston uh, with his family. He has a son now, so he is actually dealing with 5.5 inches of snow, I think, right now. Uh, oh, there you go. So Ty is the one watching my video. Yeah, you're up to 7 inches of snow. So I'm pretty sure that is messing with the internet where you are. So it may not be showing up on my end that I'm watching, that someone's watching. Um, but obviously you're watching because you're asking me questions. So right now he's asking me if I'm ready for Monday, and if nobody knows what Monday is, then either you don't watch college football or you're living under a rock somewhere, because Monday is the national championship for college football, Alabama versus Georgia. So, yes, Ty, I am ready for Monday, and I am assuming since you are a die-hard Auburn fan, which is which is making me still, after all this time, wonder why I became friends with you. Uh, I'm assuming you're cheering for Georgia because you just want to see Alabama lose. But you should know that after Auburn beat us this year, we came back and finished business where Auburn could not finish their business against UCF this week. That was sad. You're actually going to be smart and cheer for Bama. Good for you. So, um, da da da. You hate the dogs. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Well, considering their east and your east, I would. Auburn's in the east, right? Or did they get sent back to the west? I think they're still east. Yeah, yeah, they're still east. No, they're west. Never mind. They're west. I'm being dumb. Uh, So, since we're on the subject of college football, and a lot of my friends around here are Tennessee fans, uh, I was told today that somebody related to Tennessee football. Um, yeah, Ty, I know you guys got the Western seed in the championship game. I had a brain malfunction. Where you guys have 7 inches of snow, we have 20-ish degree weather. Um, and it's not so just like it's not supposed to snow 7 inches in Charleston, it's not supposed to get below the high 30s, low 40s in the winter in Tennessee. Uh, so, and we've actually had both snow and cold temperatures this year. So, uh, it has kind of frozen everybody's brain cells. But back to what I was saying, um, for all my Tennessee connected football, uh, Tennessee football connected friends, a former coach of yours just got a new job today. Derek Dooley, the orange paint wearing head football coach, former head football coach of Tennessee, got hired as the University of Missouri's offensive coordinator slash quarterback coach. So Derek Dooley will ride again in the SEC. I wonder if he will now wear yellow colored pants on the sidelines. That's just something I'm wondering. So, uh, I guess we will see what happens. So, Ty, if you're still watching, because I can't tell, which is fine, how is fatherhood? Yep, he's still watching. Okay. Oh, Ty's wife is asking me how Ty and I met. Okay. Uh, Ty and I met. Well, I had seen Ty around because I was in drama group with his younger brother Jacob, but in my junior year of high school is when Jacob started our drama group, and later in my junior year, like a month before Thanksgiving, where Ty uh, went to where I had that back up. Ty for Ty was also homeschooled, which I'm pretty sure you know since you're married to him. But that year, him and I met. We went to an enrichment program together, and then we just started hanging out together outside of school. But we went to school with each other 3 days a week, and had um, history and science and um, Latin. So if you didn't know, Ty at least spoke Latin for a little bit, here's there's a little bit of information that you can tease him with. And then we took uh we we just started hanging out, and then when I left Mississippi, um then of course his family left Mississippi at the same time as I did to move to Charleston. So we haven't seen. Oh yeah. Anything else she can tease you with, Ty? Let's see. Here's a funny story. Um, we had one class on Mondays because we went to school on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Uh, so one of our classes on Mondays was our Bible class. And about midway through the semester, our lead teacher had discussed with our um, Bible teacher. We were all doing good in all of our subjects, so she had discussed with Gavin, our Bible teacher, that we could all meet at Chick-fil-A and have Bible class there and eat lunch and then go back and finish out the day. Well, that's the day Ty decided to forget his homework. So he didn't get to go to Chick-fil-A. Um, so all of us got to go, and then we brought him back a milkshake. So his mom was kind of mad at him that afternoon, actually, because he forgot his homework. Uh, and then there's always the George story. Um, on the last day of the semester before Christmas break, him and our one guy, Noah, uh, decided he was gonna bring 3 or 4 pairs of jorts because we had a dress code. So normally we were wearing khakis with a black or white polo or button down shirt with the logo for the school on um, it. And then, but the last day of the semester, we got to wear jeans and our school t-shirt. So Noah decided he was gonna bring George for Ty and him and another of the guys to wear for the second half of the day. So that is always funny. And then Ty, I think you need to explain Tyism to her. That is, we were talking about different religions during that same semester in Bible class. So during lunch, one of those days, um, we decided that we were going to come up with a theoretical religion, and Ty decided to come up with the name, and so Tyism was born. I don't even remember the principles of Tyism, but it's still something I will always remember. And another cool thing about Ty and his family is when I turned 16, that was the year my parents got divorced. So my dad was out of the picture. Um, and Jacob and I were in a show together. So I was seeing a bunch of Ty outside of school because his mom would, they come to practice early like we would. And 9 out of 10 times, Ty and I would sit around a table before Jacob and I had to go to rehearsal, and we study Latin or history or science or something together. So they found out a week after the show that, or a week before the show, that my birthday was happening afterwards, after the show was over. So his mom, decided that she was going to throw me a surprise birthday party with all my classmates after a show one afternoon. So I have never gotten two birthday parties in the same day, but that day I did, because that is also the day that my drama group decided to throw me a birthday party, and it is also the day we told my drama group we were moving, which stunk. So, yeah, Ty may goof off, but one thing's for sure, uh, him and his brother and all his brothers and all his sisters, um, just really take care of their friends and their family. So, Ty, I'm close enough to Charleston that I can hitch a ride. Um, that if you screw up, I will come kick your butt because you know how to act. Da, 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 da. Mm-hmm. So, anything? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Gail is pretty cool. Uh, they do have a really great family. Uh, and all I can say is Ty decided to join up, huh? Cool. Well, congratulations, Ty. Well, let me withhold my Nah, I'm not gonna withhold my congratulations because we're both Navy brats actually, so that was another connection that really made our bond closer, because even though his dad was already out of the military, um way before I knew them, they still knew what that mentality was. Yeah, definitely. If you're ever stationed there, or stationed anywhere close by, let me know. I actually live in Chattanooga, Tennessee, currently. So about an hour and a half outside of Nashville in one direction, an hour from Atlanta in one direction, and I'm an hour and a half from Knoxville in the other direction. So I'm basically in the middle. Yeah, definitely stop by because I have not seen Ty. Let's see, we both left in 2014, so we have not, and it's 2018 now, so we haven't seen each other in 4 years. And I definitely didn't have this beard last time you saw me. So that would probably something he'd pick with me about. Of course, judging from the pictures I've seen of him, he's grown a pretty nice one himself that he is now going to have to get rid of. Thanks, Ty. Sorry your phone got hijacked. Apparently, you haven't let your wife in on some of your past shenanigans, I gather. Just imagine if we got Hayden in on this conversation, then we'd both probably be blown to bits. She knows most of your shenanigans. Huh. Okay. But the question is, did you even remember? Yeah, I don't talk to him much. Um, but I talk to Hayden occasionally. He'll message me on Facebook. Like I had a little dust up situation with my dad earlier this week, and he messaged me then because I had posted something about it on Facebook. And he just messaged me that he was thinking about me and all that normal stuff that all you guys did and have done um, as I've walked through this part of my life trying to wrestle with all that stuff. But you know most of that stuff, so because when we did all our hanging out together, we were in the middle of it. So when did uh she obviously told me you were joining the military, but what branch did you decide to join, and do you have your ship date yet? That's the thing about this comment stuff. You're torn between the Navy and the Air Force. So I guess that answers the question, my second question, because obviously, if you're still torn, you haven't signed a contract yet. Um, so well, that's since you're torn between those two, that's really good because that means I don't have to razz you for joining the army because, of course, I'm a Navy brat, so that'll always work, and I'm an honorary Air Force brat because my best friend um, was in the Air Force for a little while, or Air Guard for a little while, and his dad is still in the Air Guard. And when he took me under his wing, I kind of, you're working on your paperwork for MEPS. Hmm, yep, and I'm pretty sure that would take a while. But since you're torn between the Air Force and the Navy, let me give you a YouTuber I actually watch. His name is Kyle Gott. He's active duty Air Force, and he has a YouTube channel where he does informational videos. The dog is barking. The dog is barking, which means mom is home from what she was doing. So, but yeah, look up Kyle Got YouTube and watch some of his videos. What are you doing, Oh, it's actually my sister who walked in the door. I'm streaming and talking to Ty.
Oh, hey.
Bingo.
Hey, Ty.
So.
Yeah, but all the elves got let go at 9. Because there's literally nobody there. So, go change.
He says, hey. Yeah, JT Suits is another YouTuber that I venture into a couple times. Yeah, and Kyle, I'm pretty sure if you watch Kyle's videos, you know about his channel that he has with his wife. But if you don't, he has a channel with his wife that they travel and do all that stuff, but she will get on to they'll talk about what being in the military and relationships and all that stuff. So that may be a good channel for you guys to watch together, and it's really funny. Some of the stuff they get into is hilarious. Um, that channel's got love. And if you watch them and want to mention that PJ Crouch YouTube sent you, because I've actually talked to them on their live streams once or twice, so they at least have a little bit of knowledge of who I am. And hey, I can actually tell you're watching. The internet decided to work correctly. So, since you asked me if I heard from Hayden, have you heard from Gunner? Um, because I haven't heard or seen anything from him in a while. Everybody else I hear from, or at least see stuff from, but I have not heard or seen anything from him in a while. So I'm friends with his mom on Instagram, so I see pictures of everybody else. But Gunner, he's pretty much allergic to the camera, just like all the rest of us were. For anybody who else who watches this in the future, this is what YouTube live streams are about. They're a chance to catch up with people and connect and share advice. Yeah, I mean, I keep up with Olivia and Anna Blair, and I've actually talked to Dawson a couple times, which and of course Alex is Alex, and Morgan Ross. I keep up with a bunch. Of course, I knew all of them before I started going to MCCL, so that helps. Uh, that I have that connection with all of them, except for Dawson, uh, outside of school, and then Noah's Noah. Jonah Luke messages me every once in a while, but outside of all those normal people that I already had connections with, you're about the only one I keep up with or hear from, at least on a semi regular basis, um, from school. Miss Palmer will message me and comment on my stuff every once in a while, especially when I talk about what I'm doing in school now. So, well, kept connected wouldn't necessarily be the right term. I see stuff. Nicole's actually dating one of my other friends, so so I see if I'm not seeing stuff directly from her, I'm usually seeing stuff with her in it. So, but like I said, you and Hayden are pretty much the only ones I talk to. This is when they need to invent options for play over music. Hey, if you join the Air Force, there's an Air Force base in Atlanta, so maybe you'll get stationed there, which would end up being kind of funny because I'm only an hour from there. Yeah, it was nice catching up with you, too, Ty, and make sure that baby goes to sleep so you're not up till 3 or 4 in the morning like I've seen some of your other posts. Um, and I hope you enjoy Monday night too, and I'll talk to you later. All right, everybody. I am actually going to wrap this up anyway because my mom should be back from what she's doing relatively soon. Uh, and like you just saw, my sister just walked in the door from her night at work. So I will see you guys next Friday night. Um, and be sure to like, subscribe, and share the channel. And go like PJ Crouch YouTube on Facebook to stay connected to the Facebook or to me a little bit easier so you guys can just message me and ask questions or message me to say hey like Ty just did. And he didn't even message me through the page. He straight messaged me. So I will see you guys later. And everybody be safe and stay warm.